Hello everyone, and welcome to our weekly VOLTHA TST meeting. Just a heads up that this meeting is being recorded and will be shared on our social media channels. So please keep that in mind. So I had 4 points, action items in our agenda. So we have to review the VOLTHA 2.14 release notes. I'm going to share it just a second. It is not okay because I'm in the edit mode. I have reviewed this document and put some comments. I believe some of them for you. Did you have a chance to check those?
I will check this. Thank you for letting us check. I'll check this.
Okay, there are I think only one issue with this. So the first item is multi-analyze support in VOLTHA Go controller in VGC. I believe this multi-analyze support is not specifically for the VGC, and I think this is the right one, right? Full uplink interface supported OLT. I think those should be merged together and put as the first item. I think this is the only problem with the release notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go over it and I'll provide my comment.
Okay, great. Also, we have been asked if we want to make a technical or webinar with the new release. I think we should, because the last time we had a webinar was around 1 year ago, I guess. I think, well, if we can arrange a webinar for VOLTHA 2.14, I think it would be great. What do you think? What are your opinions about it?
Yeah, I'm in for it. Because it's been long, we haven't had one, so and also we have good amount of optimizations and features went in. I think so we can have one. Yep.
Okay, so let's discuss offline with you, Abhilash. I think I can spend some time personally on this one from Radis' side, either you or someone else. If you can assign someone, we can arrange.
Sure, I'll work with you then. And then
okay, cool. Okay, was Eric in the call yet? No, Eric is not on the call. So he's supposed to give us an overview how the GitHub Actions demo would work, but will do for the next meeting. He's not available. The last topic I have, I saw 2 issues on our LF Broadband website. Let me bring that. In. So one is, oops. This is not the one. This one. So this is our LF broadband main page. One of the issues I raised is this paginations doesn't work. So if I link to 2, you got the same page. If I click 3, think again, you got the same page. This is one issue. And the other issue, these icons are oversized and these are not looking good in this website. If they can arrange this size of the icons. So I created 2 issues on the LF broadband jury, but they told me that Linux Foundation doesn't manage the contents of the website. I think
Those are
uh,
gone. That's the IT. So it's any
mhm.
IT related tickets would go through there. But anything marketing related, you can just send to either me or Dan would be a good one because between the two of us, we can get that sorted out. Both of us have edit permissions for the website, and if it's something beyond our skill set, we can bring in the creative services team, which is a separate internal team from to help fix those.
Okay. If I send the links of these, probably you will be able to see. Okay, I will send the
Yeah, send me
those.
which one you were looking at, and I'll take a look. And if I can't fix them, I can find someone who can help me.
Okay, great. Great. Other than that, I have no other topic. Do you have something to discuss?
Yeah. Sorry, you should go ahead.
I don't know if I missed it because I stepped away for a second. Did y'all decide if you want to do a webinar for the 2.14 release?
Yes, that is the decision.
So I think we were just thinking of doing it like, a tech and R, kind of like how we did the one for, I think we did it for 2.12, where it's just a Zoom meeting through LFX and present on the updates and then open it up for any questions afterwards, and then we post the video. So nothing terribly complex, but if you think there's
Yeah,
value in doing it, we would love to do it. And I know Dan would love additional content from a marketing perspective.
I can't think anything else right now, but I believe it will be similar like the last one, as you said.
Okay.
So
If you want to
should
do
should
one,
we should we in contact with you, Michelle, for that?
yeah, let me know a good day or time. I think we've typically done them like around 8 a.m. Pacific. It seems to be a time slot that works across multiple time zones. But let me know if there's a different time that works for y'all and a date, and we can get that set up for you.
Nora from Linux Foundation asked this question, whether you want to have a webinar or something. So you will be in sync with Nora, or
Yeah, just you can let both of us know. And I think it would be good to have that figured out before we post the blog so we can include that in the blog, right? Like here's the update on the release and register to attend this upcoming webinar where the team will go into further detail. So if we can, do you think we could get a date and time figured out by the end of this week?
I think we can.
Okay. Even if it's, end of September or whatnot, that's fine. I think as long as we can get the Zoom set up and folks can add it to their calendars, that would be great.
Yes. Abhilash, you put this get patches, I guess.
Yes. So the two patches, one is on the OMCI libgo and one is on the Volta libgo. The Volta libgo one is upgrade of the Sarama, because the one which we are using in Volta libgo, the Sarama client library,
Mhm.
it's not supported anymore, and there are a few memory leak issues found in that, and there are no upgrades. So we have moved on to a different Sarama client. So that is on the patch set for Volta libgo. Because it involves a lot of changes, because the libraries have updated and all. We have run tests and all, it works well. We haven't seen any issues. It's just that if everyone can have a look and provide your comments, then it would be the same for OMCI libgo as well. OMCI libgo is not the Sarama client update, but rather a few new enemies have been added to get the stats.
Okay. I think I saw those patches last week, but I couldn't find time to review those. I'll try to make it this week.
And the other one, the proto one, is on the Plum disable. So good that Burak is also here. I can share, or can you open it a second, or I can respond?
Yeah, of course. I'm stopping share.
Okay. So I got a few comments from Sarkant as well, and okay.
Yeah,
So
I suggested to change the APIs in the Volta protos.
Actually, I was just going to reply this, but I just, had lost in the business. So the pre-provisioned ONU, pre-provisioned concept is just not known in the level of agent driver. So I was just going to write a comment on this. Actually, sorry to ignore it.
yeah,
So we can have a little discussion and then we can conclude this, useful patch. Actually, it will be very nice to have, both disable ONU and also disable LUAM, let's say, disable serial number, let's say. So I can just suggest the usual naming, disable ONU and disable serial, because that's actually what happens, underneath.
yeah, right. So we have two now interfaces. One is towards the northbound, which will be exposed by core, and the one is on the OLT. So I'll start off with the Volta proto, where we expose it via core. So I got a comment from Mahir that let's not have child device. What do you think this could be like? Can we name disable ONU here?
Yeah, actually, just following the naming convention in the agent level, I'm just looking at the service, proto actions. So just like we have, activate ONU, deactivate ONU, we can put disable ONU, right? So this actually the semantic will just match the action and syntax also. So I can suggest disable it, because child device is also not the concept or name that we are using in this level. So we don't use pre-provision and we don't use child device in agent code. So it will just not match here. So I suggest disable ONU and disable serial number.
So is there a term that we use for an ONU that is not yet activated?
Yes, that is the disable serial number. So if the ONU is not activated yet, then we have to use serial number, disable serial number.
Mm.
If it is activated, then we'll have to use disable ONU or disable device with the, which in turn will use the ONU ID which has been allocated to it to disable. So these both should be there to cover all the scenarios.
But
Because
if we use disable ONU, then there will be two APIs. For example, there will be also disable device that we have it right now. We can disable the OLT or disable the ONU with the disable device API. But we will also have disable ONU, which would be kind of confusing, right?
correct. That is the that's why I couldn't get anything better.
Yeah.
So that's why I did child device, because we have disabled device. I don't think so we have
Yeah.
disable ONU, but we have disabled device. I'm just trying to bring it up. Yeah,
But you don't have disable ONU in the in the VOLTHA parts, right? You
yes,
just have disabled device. So
this one. So it can be OLT or ONT. Like that, we have enabled device. So we don't have disable ONU, but since we are maintaining device, like we haven't any of our RPCs don't have something like ONU mentioned. So that's why I pointed it out like child device. I wrote it like child device, but yeah, it's again good discussion to have. So that's why I brought it up.
Mhm. So I had
since we are
two.
sorry.
Sorry, Burak, continue, please.
Since we are basically, our agent is basically a Broadcom, based, agent. So the concepts actually we borrow from the OLT states are from Broadcom, right? So on the ONU side, we have disabled state, and we have the API name disable ONU. So actually, we have an operation that we sent to ONU, which disables it, which puts it into just disabled state, not deactivated state, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the proto actions are also defined that way. That's why I'm suggesting that. Of course, if it makes some confusion on the upper layers, I don't know.
Yeah, for the OpenOLT proto, right? We can have it as disable ONU and disable ONU serial number. That sounds right for the OpenOLT proto.
Yeah, it sounds good, because disable serial number is just a kind of confusing which serial number. Disable ONU serial number is okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll rename. Second, you're also fine with this for the OpenOLT proto.
Just to say again, I had two suggestions. One is having separate API names, and the other one we can use still a single API and differentiate with the input messages. For example, if you can.
But these two actions actually does very
different.
Just having two separate, methods, gRPC method calls. They are completely doing separate things,
On the OpenOLT side, you mean?
On the OLT side, yes. One puts, actually before the activation state, one puts the ONU in 07 state, which is called emergency state. It's on the plan level.
Yes. Do you?
As far as I remember.
Yes. So why I didn't add both is now the in the protos, right? If I have ONU ID, the protos will not differentiate 0. So because ONU ID 0 is also a valid ONU ID. Now, if I don't send from the northbound, because that's the only difference with disable serial number and
But if you use the one-off keyword, it shouldn't be a problem.
yeah, if we use a keyword, yeah, that should do. But I would think to better have them as separate because the operations being done are a bit different there. So
Okay, that's fine with me.
okay. So I have it here. I think so. These should be fine, right? For the open ONT.
Yes.
Menu, enable ONU, disable ONU serial number, and enable ONU serial. Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, great. Then I will not change the open ONT proto. Let's agree on the VOLTA proto here. Yeah, I'm also fine calling it ONU, although we haven't as of now had any API calling ONU because we were referring to both OLT and ONU as devices. And yeah, child is also like very core specific and not northbound specific. That also I agree. Any other names which would child,
Okay. So we agreed, right, Abhilash?
yeah, I can. Yeah, for this VOLTA proto, shall we go ahead with the ONU only? Disable ONU device instead of child device.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't use child device name in any of the protos.
Yeah. Yes. So I will rename them to ONU, and let's think about it. It's no hurry, so let's sleep over it for some time, and then if anyone has any idea of better names, then we can, which will suit our model, then I can go ahead and change it accordingly. And I'll float out for the review as well. We'll ask more people to review and share their thoughts.
Okay. Anything else?
Great then. Yeah, nothing from. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any more topics to discuss? If not, we can close this meeting.
Yeah, nothing from my side.
Okay. Then thank you very much for joining this meeting. See you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.